everything that happened on their dates. Now, here's the host of Love Connection, Chuck Woolery.
All righty, let's get started by meeting our first guest. She likes to take a vacation at least once a month, and she's really looking forward to being a mother. Please welcome Pat Silva. Hi, Pat. How are you, honey? Great dress. Is that suede? Nice. Have a seat. What seems to be missing in the men that you date, Pat?
Oh, I've been real fortunate. I mean, I've dated a lot of nice men, but I'm either not romantically inclined to get involved with them, or they're not ambitious enough, they're not intelligent enough.
Well, you said that you dated like twice a month, which is not exactly a lot of people to see in a month. Do you think that maybe your expectations are a little too high, or?
Well, I've been accused of that. I mean, some of the men that I've dated have mentioned the fact that I've been a little too demanding, a little too, choosy.
Okay. Let's remind everybody what happened yesterday, all right? Yesterday, our studio audience saw Pat's three choices, and they voted for one. Let's take a look at all three men again. All righty. First was Gary. He grew up in the state of Washington. He loves to cook for his dates, as a matter of fact, and that's Gary. And Carl. Carl was raised in Pittsburgh. He's into computers and tennis. And there's Carl. And finally, Tony. He's from Toledo, and his hobbies are golf and fishing. And that's Tony. So those were your three choices. Now, the audience vote was recorded yesterday. We're going to get to that a little bit later, but right now, Pat's going to tell us who she chose.
I chose Carl.
You chose Carl. Carl was the gentleman in the middle. Okay. Carl's backstage, so let's say hello to Carl Berkovitz. Hi, Carl. Carl, did Pat describe herself to you when she called?
Yes, she did. She called me on a Thursday evening, and she told me, Carl, you probably don't like blind dates, but don't worry about it because I'm really gorgeous.
Did you say that?
And my response was immediately...
I was only teasing when I said, yeah, I did. Something, words
Well, you
to-
are cute. Why don't you tell us about the date?
Well, I picked Carl up in a limousine, and I had a gourmet picnic dinner prepared.
Nice.
And Manuel, that was our chauffeur.
Manuel was a
Manuel,
chauffeur.
he was a
Good.
nice little man.
Great.
And he drove us to near the beach, and we picked a site, and we had a picnic gourmet dinner.
Did you enjoy the picnic, Carl? Carl?
Well, no, I was a little bit disappointed.
Why?
Quite frankly, I expected, since we rented a limousine, and I had told her earlier in the week that I was going to wear a tuxedo. So to me, that added up to probably she's going to be taking me out to a very fine restaurant.
But
And
I
I was
couldn't afford
disappointed.
it. Not on the money they gave me on the show. So then
I'm going to have to walk you through this. You're having too good a time.
Having a better time tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I might like to go for a drink later.
Well, then he asked me very politely if it was okay if we'd go to his tennis club because his tennis club was having a function. It was Cinco de Mayo. Well, I said, sure. So the chauffeur drove us down to his tennis club, and we walked in, and I met 200 of Carl's intimate friends. And I felt like I was on display. Everybody was there, but they were all very nice people, and we danced, and that was the highlight of the evening because I like to dance. He had very nice friends.
You danced with Carl or with his friends?
A lot of his friends. I got a lot of dates from his friends.
You got a lot of dates?
Yes.
What?
I mean, especially one of his friends, Bob, asked me for my number, and I gave it to him.
Well, that's interesting. I offered to give him your number, and he said no.
Oh, that's not true.
It's true. As soon as
He
you
was
walked
being
in,
polite.
as soon as you walked in, Bob came over, and I told you he had been on the show previously. And a few minutes later, I said, Bob, she's really nice. I'm really not attracted to her. Would you like her phone number? And then he asked you for the phone number?
Yeah, he did ask me for it later. He did. He did. Well, anyway, so I got a lot of dates at the place, and we danced, and it was fun. And then Carl decided that we should go to another cabaret, another, I guess, bar. And we piled into the limousine with his best friend and his wife and their 2-month-old baby. Which was okay. So we drove, and we got to this other bar, and the chauffeur watched the baby, and all three of us went inside the bar. And
This is too bizarre. What?
And I mean, the chauffeur walks the baby for a good 5 hours. I am not kidding you.
How did this date end?
Well, it ended up, oh, the best part is to come. We left the cabaret, and the limo didn't start because the chauffeur had been inside the limo reading, and the battery went dead.
Yes.
So Carl had to go get his car to get some jumper cables to start the engine, and I sat there with the baby and the chauffeur and the wife of the best friend, and we ate the rest of the picnic.
What an evening. So how did it end?
Well, then Carl came back. They started up the car, and Carl bent his head into the limousine and gave me the rest of the money for the chauffeur. And I gave him a goodnight kiss, and I went home with a splitting headache.
I told you the food was bad.
Sounds like a limousine driver's one who had the most fun on this date.
She left with him.
Oh, she left with, well, it figures. Well, let's take a look and see who the audience will report. Oh, dear. Well, you guys are in real luck here. Oh, yeah. Yes, looks like Carl got it with 42%. So, if you'll allow me the latitude to go through my little spiel, if you go out with who the audience picks, of course, we pick up the tab. And if, since the audience picked Carl, we have to offer you the opportunity to take Carl out. What do you think?
I think I'll politely decline. That's
Sorry things didn't work out. We have a nice gift for you. Maybe we'll see you again sometime.
Well,
Carl.
thank you.
Okay. Listen, thanks for being on Love Connection. I'm sorry we couldn't have been of more help and all that other stuff that you're supposed to say. And
nice to meet you.
we have a nice gift for you, and thanks again. I think I said that already. We're going to come right back with another couple in just a minute.